Hello everyone, thanks for viewing. My name is Pham from Japan Advanced Institute of Science and Technology. In this video, I'm going to introduce our paper with title A FIWARE IoT Agent for ECHONET Lite Protocol, which integrate the smart home protocol in Japan into the FIWARE ecosystem. Here's the outline of my presentation today. Firstly, I will briefly introduce the concept of FIWARE, ECHONET Lite Protocol, and the objective of this paper. Next, I will talk about the proposed solution for the integrations. Then the implementation details and experiment results will be introduced. Finally, conclusions and future work will be summarized. First of all, let me give a brief introductions about FIWARE. FIWARE provides stack-up open source solution to create smart digital infrastructure such as smart energy, smart agriculture, smart cities, and so on. In Japan, FIWARE has been used in city management framework of Takamatsu City and Kakogawa City. This is the overview architectures and general component of the FIWARE. It looks a little bit complicated. However, to make it simple, there are two more important concepts of the FIWARE. Firstly, it is the Orion Context Broker, which is a REST server that manages information as context resources. The Orion Context Broker handles all hard parts so that clients are easy to create, read, update, and delete resources via a set of standard API. Secondly, FIWARE uses the Next Generation Service Interface (NGSI) to provide standard format for the context resources that are managed by the Orion Context Broker. Context resources managed by the Orion Context Brokers as a list of entities in which each entity have type and a unique ID. An entity have one to many attributes, which each attribute have name, value, and type of the value. Attributes may have metadata to further describe itself, such as unit code or last updated time, and so on. Contact resources could be accessed via API by HTTP request, as listed here. Moreover, Orion supports two powerful features. Registration feature to register the applications as a context provider, so that the broker will forward the request to the provider transparently. In this paper, this function will be used to provide the introduction with ECHONET Lite device. Subscription feature to subscribe to a contact information so that when something happens, a notification message will be sent. For example, a live dashboard application can use this feature to get the live data without pulling the server. Next, let's talk about the ECHONET Lite protocol. ECHONET Lite is the communication protocol for most of home appliances in Japan. In the latest specification, ECHONET Lite supports 116 types of different appliances. The ECHONET Lite specification have two parts. The communication middleware will provide the frame formats and basic sequences for communications. Device objects, which are logical representations of physical devices. The objective of this paper is to integrate the smart home environment into smart city service platform. Data model is the fourth part of the integration. To create a data model, the mapping between ECHONET device object specifications to NGSIs is implemented. Means each device is mapping into an entity as following. ECHONET device object names is mapped into entity type after converting into upper camel case string. Each device property names is mapped into attribute after converting to lower camel case string. Data type of properties could be mapped into FIWARE schema, as summarized in this table. Data type of FIWARE schema is following the JSON schema. Mandatory ECHONET properties are reflected in the required field of the FIWARE schema. By employing those rules, the automatic generation of ECHONET Lite data model for FIWARE is implemented. All 116 types of devices from the latest ECHONET device object specifications are mapping into validated FIWAREization schema. The second part of the integration is the agent that manages the ECHONET Lite devices and act as a client to connect with the Orion Context Broker. This agent includes an ECHONET Lite monitoring agent to monitor the network of ECHONET Lite devices. Since the data model as well as the interaction APIs has been defined, As long as a new device is detected, it is registered into the server as an entity via the HTTP client. Next, own property of the detected devices are extracted and registered as attributes. And if a value of property has been changed, it will be updated to the server in the same manner. If a device property is settable, it means that user can interact with the properties, and therefore a service of the device will be registered by the registration concept. After registering to the server, HTTP server will listen to the requests and update physical device accordingly, and finally update the latest value to the Orion context broker. In contrast, if a device left a network, the corresponding entities and services will be deleted from the server. This is the deployment diagram of the experiment. The ECHONET IoT Agent is developed using Java Spring Boot framework. The commercial ECHONET Lite lighting device produced by Toshiba is used as the experiment device. The code is used as the application to interact with ECHONET Lite devices. It took totally 133 milliseconds for the agent to register the entity to Orion context broker, and about 9 to 14 milliseconds to update the attribute to entity depending on data type of attribute. It took approximately 36 milliseconds to register a device services. For an interaction circle, it took approximately 97 milliseconds to execute a request to turn on the light. Meanwhile, it took 95 milliseconds for the light itself to execute the request. And only handling time of the Orion and IoT agent is only 2 milliseconds. Here's the demo video. Hello, this is the demo. First of all, I will turn on the Orion context broker. It's been started. Next, I will check the contents of the context broker. It's nothing. Also, I will check the service registration. It's empty too. Let me start the IoT agent. The IoT agent has been started and it detects there is one light. Let's see if they update information to the context broker or not. This is here. So the context information of the light has been registered in the context broker. And the IP address of the light is 100, and the status of it is true, it means it's on. Let's see the service registration. There's a new service has been registered, and they say service to turn on and turn off the device. Let's use this service to turn off the light. So here is the command to turn off the light. So let's turn off the light. The lights have been turned off. Let's check the context information from the broker. So the operation status now is false. It means off. The service work. Next, let's plug in a new light. A new lighting device has been plugged in. Let's see the IoT agent can detect it or not. A new light with IP address 102 has been detected by the IoT agent. Let's check the information from the context broker. So there is another light has been registered with the IP 102, and the current status is true. It's on. Sorry. Let's turn off the light. The new light with the IP address is 102. So here we change 100 to 102. and it has been turned off. Let's check the context information from the broker again. So the line with 102 and the value of operation stated is 4. So the IoT agent has support plug and play, and also they can detect a new light, register to the Orion context broker, and allow the service interaction with the physical light. For conclusions, in this paper, the FIWARE IoT agent that integrates ECHONET Lite Protocol into FIWARE ecosystem is proposed and implemented. Rules for mapping ECHONET-like device objects into FIWARE data model has been proposed and executed. The IoT agent manages ECHONET-like devices and convert device resource into FIWARE context resources, which are discoverable and usable via FIWARE APIs. The source code of the IoT agents is available in GitHub. The support of more device classes as well as dashboard applications are designed as future work. If you have any questions, please feel free to post in the comment or send me an email. Thank you very much for your attention.